The point. I pressed the point of my nail file into my thumb, unmindful of the garage attendant as I passed him, unmindful of the cars in the circular drive in front of my doctor's office, unmindful of the ice under my feet. I wondered, could I take a nail file with me on the plane to Costa Rica? January 4, 2005. The TSA was starting to loosen the rules. Yes, you could carry a nail file, but it would be confiscated if they changed their minds next week, and you'd probably not find out until you were at the airport. Honestly, could a nail file do any damage? For now, I pressed it into my thumb, intending to do my nails while I waited for the doctor, something to channel my fidgeting. I was fidgeting lately. The automatic doors slid open to receive me, and my brain slid open to receive a thought. I grabbed my doctor from behind and pressed the point of the nail file into her neck. This was no ordinary thought. I didn't have this thought. It had me. It was more like a dream, and I was inside it. I saw it happen inside my head. Did anybody else see me do that? Suddenly, the reception area was hostile territory. Well, the receptionist was notoriously hostile. But now the doors were, too. They'd opened to receive me, but would they release me if they knew about this thought? Did they know about this thought? I didn't do my nails. I hid the file. I wouldn't pull it on my doctor anyway. There was a big church meeting coming up in 10 days, and I had to be there. I was the priest. Most clergy wish we didn't have so many meetings to attend, but we usually manage to show up for the ones we're supposed to lead. At this point, I was still one of those clergy. I recited my tale of woe to the doctor. After 2 months' worth of Prozac to treat a long-term major depression, yes, I was less sad, but now I wasn't sleeping. Couldn't concentrate, couldn't work, felt agitated and irritated. I didn't used to feel irritated. I didn't mention the nail file. I wanted those doors to open again and let me out. She figured, and I figured, we needed to increase the dose, which we did. A week later, I was driving to my congregation, 80 miles south from Iowa City to Fort Madison, through farm fields covered in snow, a rare winter blue sky that day. Again, I wondered, could my nail file do any damage? I pressed it into my own throat to find out. I searched for my jugular with my right hand while sticking the point with my left. I steered with my knees. Wait a minute, this isn't safe driving. If I puncture my throat, I'll end up in the ditch. I need to try this at home. I wasn't laughing yet, but I would. If you have been treated for recurrent major depression, you might see the runaway train approaching. I was a lamb in January 2005. A little lamb led to Prozac slaughter, soon to be followed by Celexa slaughter, Remeron slaughter, Nortriptyline, Cymbalta, and Effexor, God help me, slaughter. I didn't know what a mistake they all would be. My doctor, a family physician, didn't know. But, following standard protocol, swing twice, then refer, she would soon bail and send me on to my first psychiatrist, let's call her the newbie, to be followed by a series of psychiatrists who also didn't know, but thought they did. They thought their pills held more magic than the family physician's pills. Same pills, because they are, after all, psychiatrists. If you have tried a number of antidepressants, if you dutifully keep trying, if your depression keeps coming back and it keeps getting worse, something has to give. More on that later. Meanwhile, you could use a laugh. That is why I wrote Prozac Monologues.